Working? Mm-hmm. 25, day 25. Here we are. Now, it's Whiskey Wednesday. You know the rules. We got to do some whiskey drink. Now, I got to give a shout out to my friend Don. He hooked me up with this drink, and I am beyond ecstatic about it. And I know the shirt and all that. You're going to figure it out real quick. But we're going to do Quarantine Blood and Sand right now, day 25. Follow me. We're heading in to the Blue Monkey Quarantina. Not bad. I've had several rums tonight, and I got this going. All right. So the Blood and Sand. So now this is old school classic drink. A lot of it's got it doesn't have like a crazy history, but it's funny because some bartenders absolutely hate this drink, and then some of them love it. And I'm going to give you the reasons why. First, though, get yourself a couple nice cocktail glasses and get them iced up while you're doing the rest of it, because you want a nice chilled glass for this one. All right, so Blood and Sand. Let me give you a little bit of the background on this. 1922, silent movie era, right? Rudolph Valentino. He's in this movie, and it's called Blood and Sand. This is not complicated at all. The drink is named for the movie. Some people say that it was actually made, and it was part of the movie opening, but this drink was made in conjunction somehow with the movie Blood and Sand. Silent movie. If you want to go watch it, great little movie. Juan Gallardo was a bullfighter. All right. Now he is a torado. All right. And bullfighter. Now I know some of you are like, you mean matador? No, I mean toreador. So toreador is actually the bullfighter. Matador is the guy ultimately that kills the bull. Now he becomes a matador later, but the movie's about his life, and it's a sordid affair, literally, love story, all that. End of the movie, though, if you can sit through an hour and 46 minutes of a silent movie, which I actually kind of tried to do today, I fast forwarded. But at the end of the movie, the whole Blood and Sand part of this, it's basically the arena. That's what it represents. It's the sand of the arena of these bullfighters and the blood that soaks into the sand. And spoiler alert, cover your ears, I'll tell you what happens. If you want to know the ending of this movie, well, final end of the movie, mistress in one side, his wife is in another part of the movie, and he goes, and as a matador, he goes to kill the bull, but he's just so lost in his own mind that he ends up getting gored by the bull. As he stabs the bull, they both lay on the arena and die, and they bleed out. And the last scene of the movie is basically them sprinkling sand over the blood. Oh. Bless it. Anyway, Sharon Stone did another version of it in 1989. But that's our movie, and that's what it's meant. Now, it's funny what people think this all represents in a drink. It's not a simple drink, but it's a simple recipe. It's 1-1-1-1. It's all equal parts. It's scotch. It's sweet vermouth. The star of the show, which I'll get to in a little bit, are cherry herring and then orange juice. And some people will say that the sand, the orange, and then the cherry is the blood. But there's other people that say that you're supposed to use blood oranges, and that's the blood. Anyway, ultimately, I'll get to that in a little bit. So let's start making this drink up. All right, it's equal parts of all of these, so it's pretty simple. We're going to go with a monkey shoulder scotch tonight. Now, when you pick your scotch for this drink, what you don't want is anything super heavy or smoky. Nice, simple, single scotch is, and I believe this is it. Honest to God, I bought it because it had monkeys on it. And our bar is monkeys, so all right, that's it. So 1 ounce, I'm going to go double on both of these because I'm making one for Shelby. So we're going to go 2 ounces of our monkey, our scotch. Sweet vermouth, again, Rosso, the red, you got that. Again, equal parts, 2. All right. Our cherry herring. Now, I'm I'm gonna wait and tell you this, but the one thing I'm gonna tell you right now is make sure don't get this confused with your maraschino liqueur. These are very different. You will ruin it with that. And you gotta look. You'll see a lot of recipes floating out. You need the cherry herring. Just trust me. I'll tell you about it in a second. No, I'm gonna tell you about it right now. So, star of the show right here. Why is it star of the show? Well, because it was made in 1818. All right, that's when it was developed by Peter Herring. Now, where's he from? I don't know. Denmark, where my family's from? Yeah, you know it. So it's awesome already. But again, this isn't like a maraschino liqueur. This is a true cherry liqueur. It's made with Danish cherries, fermented, and no pits, no stems. This is pure. It's got a cherry flavor to it.
The brandy.
Well, it's also known as a cherry brandy, yes, but it is a cherry liqueur, but it's made like a brandy, and it is known as cherry brandy. You can use a cherry brandy. Thank you very much. Now, 1818. Now, this guy, Peter, he was good. Now, here's a little thing a lot of people don't know. He didn't sit down one day and say, hey, I'm going to make cherry brandy. He was actually given the recipe by his wife's husband, some secret recipe. He was actually working as in a pharmacy, and her wife's father, sorry, that's awkward. Sorry, West Virginia, I was getting confused. Another roots of mine. But anyway, so the wife's husband gives him this like secret family recipe.
Here's what I found.
Hey, pipe it. And he starts making this in 1818, bottling it. And this guy goes crazy with it. I mean, he bought a ship and he was exporting it all over the world. He actually, in 1837, he was taking this to the U.S. Now, you may not know this drink, the Blood and Sand, but, and this is known as not only the cherry herring, but also Peter Herring. You can order it that way. The other popular drink that he developed with this was the Singapore Sling. A lot of people have heard of that, but probably the more popular drink that maybe we'll make one was in 2009, Denmark, Copenhagen, where this was all made. They decided that they needed to make a drink that represented Denmark, and they made a contest. True story, 2009, and they created the Copenhagen. We'll make it another night. So we need 2 ounces. Did I put this in yet? No, I didn't. 2 ounces, again, equal parts, 1 to 1, so we're doing 2. And like I said, you can just see it's just got a beautiful color, everything. Now, last thing we need, orange juice. All right, before you, make sure you get yourself a rind off of your oranges for the garnish later, because it's hard to do when they're empty. Set that there. We'll take one off of this one. All right. Now, oh my gosh. I don't have a knife. I don't have a knife. Of all the things I need a knife. Wait. When in doubt, hold on. We can do this. And pause. Technical difficulties. I'll be back. Everybody, dog, move. Here we go. I'm not running tonight. Coming back. Not running because I have a knife in my hand. The Dane's back. Sorry, folks. Now, this makes me think of another story. Now, a lot of people would have stressed in that situation. But I'm a Dane, and we don't stress. Actually, Denmark is one of the happiest places to live in the world. But you didn't know that. Some people have heard that. So we need 1 ounce of orange juice, by the way. These don't give off much I found, so we're going to put those, get that. So not only is it one of the happiest places in the world, I can tell you some reasons why it is. One, oldest amusement park in the world is there, Tivoli Gardens. Been there. The other thing, Legos, they were invented in Denmark. How isn't that fun and make you happy? And the last reason, and why I don't stress, and when people who know me, they say, well, you're so calm, you're so easygoing. Why is it all the time? Hygge. Hygge is a Danish way of life. kind of made a little comeback a couple years ago. Now, you're probably saying, I don't think I know what that is, Paul. You probably saw it and don't understand that that's how it's pronounced. It's Hygee. It looks like Hygie or Higgy. It's pronounced hygge, and it's a way of life. It's a calm, relaxing enjoyment of life. It's when you have extra candles in the house. It's when you enjoy your friends and your family, like we've been doing with all of you for the last 25, God bless it, days. I loved every one of them. And you enjoy your drink. And you don't worry about little things like when you forget a knife and a juicer. Now, so that's all done. We're going to give it a shake. Oh, Paul, come on. All that orange juice, and you're not going to spice it up? Of course I'm going to spice it up. Thank you again, Emergen-C, for your citrus deliciousness that is saving us all from COVID-19. We're just going to put a little sprinkle, jazz it up a little bit. Now, come back, give that a good 8-9 second shake. So, you met a little bit about my Danish folks, right? Peter, cool guy, right? Now, I will tell you the last reason why this is called the Blood and Sand. Oh, let's get rid of these. Chilled glasses. The reason most people say it's called Blood and Sand is because the color of the drink looks like bloody sand, which is really disgusting. But if you ever cut your foot on the beach, by God, that's what it's looking like. Give it a little orange twist right there. Boom. Blood and Sand Whiskey Wednesday, day 25, quarantine cocktail show. Folks, before I say goodnight, delicious. Don, you're right on this one, buddy. Full credit to Don. Folks are going to love this one for the evening, I promise you. Again, enjoy your night, enjoy your day, enjoy the hygge life. That's not hookah. That's different. That's passé. Enjoy the hygge life. Thanks for sharing a little bit of Danish heritage with me. This stuff rocks. Love you all. See you tomorrow, day 26. Comments after. We'll talk to you. Good night.